Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. I am, as always, your host, a six-pack of beer, but when you open one of the beer cans, you realize that it was water the whole time. How you doing? How's it going? Me, I'm doing well. I'm hanging in there. This episode is brought to you at 1:22 a.m. by none other than Charter Internet Services because, yeah, my internet was not stable enough for me to stream. So, you know, here we are. I don't know how it got to be 1:22 a.m. because I ended the stream at like 11:30. So where'd the last 2 hours go? I don't know. I think I just kind of watched some YouTube videos. But nevertheless, here I am. I'm knocking out Monster Train first, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to record a bunch of Griftlands, hopefully. I've been thinking about it, and I think I might sideline Griftlands after I finish the Smith campaign that I'm going to start today, because I kind of want to diversify. Some of you have pointed out, rightfully so, that I release a lot of content. And that's not a bad thing. However, I feel like it would be smart for me to diversify a little bit, because right now all I do is play card games, and I don't think it would be a bad idea to kind of split it up a little bit. Maybe play like a card game and then also, I don't know, some sort of roguelike twin stick game. And not necessarily Isaac. I don't think I would do very well in the Isaac space. I also don't really want to play Isaac in that capacity, but I don't know. If something catches my eye, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled, and if something catches my eye, I may try to do that. If nothing catches my eye, I'll probably just do Griftlands. But yeah, I was thinking about that, and I was like, you're right. I do produce a lot of content, and it's not a bad thing, but I feel like instead of it all being catering to the exact same niche, it would be kind of good if I was releasing like 2 or 3 videos a day, all of different types of games, so that you could kind of see what you like. You know, maybe broaden my horizons a little bit. Maybe I won't do anything in regards to this, but it was something I was thinking about, so you know, I used the first 3 minutes of Monster Train to give you, instead of making channel update videos, I just talk about what I'm thinking about for YouTube in the first 3 minutes. I don't know. I'm probably never gonna make a channel update video. The lore video that I've teased you guys about for a very long time now, I am planning on, I have a mental health break coming up in about a week from college, and I'm planning on trying to knock some of the lore video stuff out during that time. So look forward to that as well. I believe we're Awoken today. Yeah, yesterday was Hellhorned, and we had yeah, that was Wrathful Prince, and we threw Wrathful Prince away, and we had Rage Sirens, I think. So today we're Awoken. I do have a question for you as well. If you want to, you can weigh in on new content stuff. If you got any cool ideas, I would love to hear them. I just like, maybe doing like a tries series also might not be a bad idea. I get a few codes emailed to me, so it could be fun to do like a covering new games sort of series. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I've had a bunch of different ideas for the YouTube channel, and then I just never act on any of them, and I continue to do the same 3 videos every day, or 2 videos, or whatever I'm doing right now. But for my YouTube question, I don't know if I've asked this one. Whenever the first time that I do a repeat question, please call me out, and I will go, darn, that sucks, and then I'll start making a list or something. But I want to hear if you went to college, or just in general, if you went to any, like whatever school you have. What's your best school story? It's a little late in the intro for me, so I will not give you mine. Well, I can give you mine because it's a short one. One of my friends had a friend transfer to my high school, and I was like, he was all right. You know, I'd talk to him every now and then. We weren't big, like really close. And then he stopped showing up one day, and I asked my friend, like, hey, what happened to him? And she goes, oh yeah, he got expelled because he went to a local football field and burned a penis into it. And I said, what? That's dumb. That's my story. It's a short one. It's also probably not the best one, but it's the best one I can think of off the top. So, you know, I gotta get going. The intro's lasted too long, but I had more to say in this one, so that's okay. Anyway, let me know if you got any crazy stories. I would love to hear them. And also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And let's begin. We're Awoken Wurmkin. Sure. We have Rage, Talus, Shadow Arcus, Chase Seraph, Sting, Echo Snare, Pyregrow. Sure. It's fine, right? Like Awoken Wurmkin, I don't have any big resentments. I don't have any big hopes. Probably just gonna play good Awoken units with Wurmkin supporting spells on this run. I'm I'm in the market to try Cleansing Water. So here's the thing. Lightstone Casing sounds cool, but what spell do I really want to do this for? I can't... I guess you could do -1 intrinsic holdover on a 1-cost spell, but that doesn't sound very good. I'm gonna try Cleansing Water here. I don't think it's bad. I think it got a lot better in the DLC as well, because infused enemies usually have a buff. And I really think that Lightstone Casing is kind of underwhelming. Chase Seraph makes me a little cautious of slamming spikes here, but I'm not against it. I do, like, blatantly disrespect Cultivating Sentient every time it's shown to me. You know what? Let's take Cultivating Sentient. I disrespect this champion path so much. I think it's wrong to take this artifact. After this combat, we're going to take a little look. I'm going to slam any armor trial, any trial here for unit draft. I'm going to take a look after this one. We'll go scroll through and see what the future holds for our pact shards. But I don't have any grand plans here. I will probably pick Shattered Shell or Animus of Will. I'm a little bit, not super, but a little bit skeptical of Animus of Will. I will admit. I'm not sure how good Animus of Will really is. I think having an extra hit is good for me. Thinking it through, I think having this unit go up and then die is a little bit better. Now you, on the other hand, with your 2 Reap, you're gonna hit me. How afraid am I here? I'm not very afraid, so I'm willing to... I'm gonna put both fractures on him. I think I might have only needed to do 1 there, but that's okay. Because I have 3 fractures coming up to knock out this backline boy. I do need to kill him on this floor, though, because Reap won't trigger in Relentless. Okay. And whatever damage we take here, we take here. And we take none. Pretty excellent combat. Surprised that this combat went so well. I think that Fracture is a bonkers starting card. Pretty clearly. And we'll take it. Restoration, Detonation, Wildwood, Sap, Sting. Never going to take Sting here, because we already have 2, first of all. But second of all, Sting is the card you take if you don't have a better choice. And I believe pretty firmly Restoration, Detonation is a better choice. You can do something like Extreme Stone Holdover on it and just kill heavies with that. It's not great, but I mean, it is pretty great, actually. I think it's pretty strong, as long as you have a unit taking damage. And it's also infused, like there's no reason not to. We have 5 really good pings, so I don't need to grab Hosting Kin. Bounding Echoes, I don't see myself... I don't think I need to hard commit to filling up on Charged Echoes here, so I don't really want to take any of these. Echo Snare Infusion is... Like, the Infused Echo Snare is not a bad pickup here, especially with +1 draw. Actually, you know, I could be convinced of this. Yeah, okay, I'll grab it. I talked myself into it. Let's play Animus of Will. I think that Animus of Will, with Cultivating Sentient, does not scale fast enough. I believe it does not get there on its own. However, perhaps it is not alone here. We'll give it a try. Quick scroll through. We have a total of 3 temples. Our last temple is right before Arcus. 25, 35. So I will go right here for sure. Let's take a look at the temple. Sorry, the steel shop, I mean. Multi-strike plus 25 and plus 3 per echo. Yeah, okay. So with multi-strike in the shop, first of all, I think that both of these units are good. So I think that Shattered Shell is very strong. I think that Awoken Hollow is a strong take as well here. I think you can maybe, like, very, very heavy on the maybe. I think you can play Infused Animus of Will with Awoken Hollow here. I really want to try it. Because, okay, so Shattered Shell I am very confident in taking and winning with here. But this is kind of cool. I'm gonna do it. I want to try this. I want to try it. This is another I want to try it run. I am like I would say like 85% on Shattered Shell multi-strike winning the game. It's not all that exciting to me at this point. Big sweep unit, oh boy. This is kind of cool, and I don't know how it works. So let's give it a try. Come on, Awoken Hall, get in here. So we're going to put multi-strike on the Animus of Will. We're going to infuse her with Awoken Hall, and we're just going to give her as much multi-strike as possible. I'm going to fill the deck with any healing ping that we can get, and we're just going to go wild on her. I will open this Horde. Capricious Reflection is fun. I also think it's really good. Like, I do believe this is a pretty divisive relic. People have told me they hate it. People have told me mostly people have told me they hate it. I think the Capricious Reflection is very good. I will roll the dice on this trial because we have Cleansing Water and I want money. Steel Shop next ring. I want money. We have Cleansing Water. Clergymen are less scary. It's only really scary if the haste enemy gets infused. Yeah. They all, like, almost all of them lost their rage. And we drew Animus of Will turn 1. So, oh, hey, Echo Snare with the infusion, actually. Look at this. Just wipes this wave. Great news. So she's not infused yet. Yeah, this is very much a, if you lose this run, this is not a run where at the end I will go, I do not know what I was supposed to do. I've had a few of those in recent memory, and while frustrating, they're also cool because we get to have a chance to learn something new. This will not be one of those. This run, if you lose, you just play Shattered Shell. But like, this looks cool. This looks fun. I'm excited. The main concern, there's two main problems I see, which is Animus of Will does have an upper bound on how high she can scale comfortably. And that's going to be whatever the Sentience health is. After that, she starts to split her scaling in half with the Cultivates. But on top of that, it's going to be a little weird because her health won't be low because of Awoken Hollow Infusion. So yeah, we'll just fill her up with, I guess it's also weird because you're healing Animus of Will and not the Sentient. So we'll have to split our healing up a little bit. This is just a deck that's super, super hungry for healing. There's a lot of cards we can see on this combat that would be good. Razor Sharp would be great. Plus 10 health would be great. The Echo Infusion. The plus 15 attack would be great. Like, a lot of really good cards here. Of these three, I will take Infused Glimmer. With a plus 10, sure. It's not great. Like, plus 10 is not the perfect upgrade for this anymore. But it's mostly we're taking Glimmer for the healing. AoE healing is going to be really important in this deck. Holdover Echo Infusion. Man, if I had taken Encased Divinity, obviously wouldn't have Holdover. But, you know. Remove Consume Hostingkin is kind of cute. But let's grab the Holdover Echo Infusion. I will sometimes just drop it, and that's okay. Giving plus 10 health to the Sentient removes that weird, oh, I'm not scaling anymore problem. So we're going to go to the Steel Shop here. Another multi-strike. You like to see it. Let's just take a look at the Wurmkin banner. Didn't think there was anything they would offer me that would make me change my mind. What does this have? It's plus 10. I do not know First of Kin's stat line. Apparently it's 30-55. If you showed me this unit without the infusion, or the upgrade, I mean, where he has plus 10 attack, I would have told you that looks normal. No idea what this guy's supposed to have. Okay, let's do it. Engage the pact. Consume the trees. I believe that, because you don't, I'm just triple checking. I guess you can't see it here. Weird. Okay, you do get Rejuvenate Cultivate too, so you're not losing anything for doing the infusion. And like, it doesn't go down to Cultivate 1. I mean, baseline this Animus is 18 times 5, so she's starting out pretty strong. Dante, I already have Dante. Dante, I'm sorry, but I already have you. I have Animus of Dante. Sorry, Dante. Dude, Cultivate. If I If I'd clicked this first, we could have made a hard turn into this, because cultivating Awoken Hall on Dante, I mean, I probably would not have done it because it's not... I did really just make Dante, huh? I mean, slightly less at multi-strike, right? Yeah, because Dante has 5 multi-strike. Huh. Yeah, I just built my own Dante, I guess, here. I feel... We're at 40 on the old pack chards. Boons, temple. So we have... I'm happy to stay at 40, go up to like 65 over these next 2 temples, right? 80, 90, 75 over these next 2 temples. Yeah, okay. I think we can do pretty easily. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, I don't know why I stopped there, like there was something I could do to Talos. So the big card that I would like to see on this run, there's one big money payout we can pick up, and it is a little known card called Unleash the Wildwood. Unleash would be very good on this run. Probably not all that surprising. Which one are you? You're Slay. This is the one that will not do anything to me. I'm just gonna ping off any clergymen that don't lose their rage. So initial feeling with starting with Cleansing Water is I got to play a lot more aggressive with Cleansing Water in my opener. Wrong target for the heal there, but that's okay. Got to play a lot more aggressive though because we have rage taken off of the clergyman. So like Mark of Invasions become a lot less threatening, for example. Pretty cool. Oh, and sometimes Cleansing Water just does that. What the hell, Cleansing Water? Just wipe that whole floor out. This is a floor that is really scary because this does like what, 5, 10, 15, like 25, 6. This wave does like 34 damage if it goes up to you, and with Cleansing Water instead it is doing like 10. That's crazy. Obviously we have a pretty good answer to the four clergyman wave, but you know, didn't need it. I'm much happier with Cleansing Water because the problem that Cleansing Water has is that it usually, at this point, it would fall off. Well, not at this point, but around here it would fall off, right? Because then clergymen go away and nothing else comes in with any effect. But that is no longer the case. You can wipe away random spikes on enemies or anything like that. And this Animus will... She's not looking, like, crazy good, but she's looking good enough, I think. Because the Sentient goes up to Cultivate for more as time goes on here. The main thing that's worth noting is like what you want to look at and take away from how this combat looked is that none of my cultivates from the Animus went to the Sentient. That's because of this holdover Echo Infusion, which is pretty good. And we have a 69-69 at the end of that one, which is solid. Echoes of the Past is a fun one, especially with an infusion. This lets me just super power up. I'm giving up my... Actually, I guess I'm not giving up much for this. I'm just gonna get... Like, I'm paying 1 card draw for this, though. I'm losing, like, Cultivates to gain attack. I think this is pretty good. I think this is good. And we will skip the units, of course. On the take side, I feel like the only thing that's worth considering is if I want to play mid-floor. If I don't, which I don't really... I think I take... Draw? I know what you're thinking. We have Cultivating Sentient, but if I take Draw, I can then play Pyrogrow without much fear when I draw it, and then I'll just take energy, but then I'll have 5. I'm going to take Draw first. I can maybe take Double Draw and just rely on Pyrogrow. I'm not sure. We'll go left. This run is obviously also a bit of a high roll. I think it would still be serviceable without the double multi-strike hits, but the double multi-strike hits help a lot. Cursed Tides is really good because it lets me ping off all of the... Like, I can ping off damage shields with this, I can ping off spell shields, I can reorganize enemies so that important things die first. But doubling regen is really good. I think it's really good. Oh, is this the... Hold on. I need to read the flavor text of Bloating Fungus while it's on my mind. I think that this is the 3rd piece. There's a 3-piece flavor text that puts together like the life cycle of how the Awoken spread, basically. And I've been trying to find the third piece because I thought it was all cards, but it isn't. And I think it might be bloating fungus. Piece 1 is sting and piece 2 is spreading spores. And I think the third one might be bloating fungus, but I can never find it. I need to write it down or something. Quick peek ahead for the lore video. Anyway, I'm not really going all in on regen though is the thing. So bloating fungus got a little worse in my mind. So let's grab curse vines. I changed my mind there. I don't want to grab the money here because we don't want to go past 40. 40 is your break point for floor 4. If you go past 40, you get the supercharged enemies. Heaven Seal, and then I play top 4. I take a lot of damage on my sentient, but I get the artifact if I do it this way, I'm pretty sure. Actually, maybe I could just play bottom 4 anyway. Let's look at the math. You're gonna be... Yeah, I can just play bottom 4. She'll kill them. She kills them without any cultivates, so there really is nothing to be afraid of here. Well, I can use Vine Grasp also to cultivate my sentient once per turn if I want to. If we get Holdover Unleashed, that is the absolute end game for us. That's the fat win. That's the very good. Yeah, go ahead and just play everything out. Oh, I could also potentially... If you want to get real weird, I could put like 2 Fracture on the sentient. I don't think I should, mind you, but I could. Yeah, this is on turn 2, you're 54 times 5. Yeah, she's scaling really well. We can just thin this deck out, make it slim, and supercharge up. I take any cheap healing spells that they send my way, so I'll take... The big one is, of course, Engraft is very strong for this run. And also, I wouldn't mind just picking up a few more big healing spells, like, yeah, basically any healing spell they show us we click on, and otherwise we're just chilling. Because yeah, we have a 104 times 5. That's a lot stronger than I thought it was going to look. Infused Echoes of the Past does in fact consume its own infusion. I thought it was going to leave me with 1 actually, but it does eat up its own. I didn't know that actually. Cool. And because the deck... So the big thing about this one that's interesting here, normally I would feel like it was going to struggle a little bit with keeping up, but because the deck... keeping up on Echoes. However, I just play all of these infused cards every turn. Oh, whoops. That was the wrong card. Doesn't matter because she does so much damage, but that would have been a pretty silly one. Hey, Center Salve is cool. Multi-strike, Wildwood Custodian. Ooh, buddy. Ooh, buddy. Hey, 0 cost pack shards. Pack shards, or pyre shards, sorry. It's called 2 different things pack shards in this run. Pyre shards, though. Here's the upside of pyre shards. It's not stamped. Here's the downside. This card's a joke. Bramble Ash is like bad, basically. The end. The Forest Contamination comes with melee weakness 6 on it. These all cost 1. It's a very surprising turn of events that leads to this card pack. All 3 of these cards don't cost 1 normally, but due to the upgrades from Capricious Reflections, they all now cost 1. I'm not interested in any of those. I don't know if this deck wins if I just don't add anything else and click on only cards that heal if they don't show any more healing cards. Probably, but I'm not 100%. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna buy removals at the magic shop and then I'm gonna buy magic stuff, although we should peep the temple. Plus 10 piercing and plus 30. So I need to make sure that I don't mess up pack shards. I want to end at 75. I think I need to take 10 and then 25. I need to take 10 from one and 25 from the other. So we can do plus 10 piercing on Glimmer. Sometimes this is going to do something cool, I think, where we just have 22 piercing damage on one of our spells that's floating around. And then I'll take both of the pickups from the next one. Extreme Stone doesn't do anything too exciting, I don't feel. Toss down Echoes of the Past is good. We'll purge the other Train Steward, and we will 20 consume. Nah. I'm gonna reroll. I think it's worth it to just grab another -1 here onto restore. And any +10 would have been nice. But that's okay. Quick 25-minute check. I am, in fact, recording and my mic is not muted, just making sure. You guys are still here. Okay, we're chilling. I could have actually, I guess, saved one removal if I wanted to. Spellfield does not scare me. I'm disrespecting Harvesters, but I feel this run is really strong. Just eye roll. We have a lot of time to scale here. But I am... what was I saying? I was saying something else and then I got distracted. Yeah, well, probably wasn't important. Hope it wasn't important, I should say. What was that? I was thinking about something there. And this isn't late, this is an early episode. Oh dear. I guess one of the options here that might have been better for the Animus is maybe quick, but I think it's best if the Sentient's getting hit. I don't know. Hard to say. Get that cleansing water value. I'm telling you, cleansing water is better now. I am glad to tell you it's a lot better. I don't think I need to do much respecting here. Like, obviously I can wipe this floor out, but I'd rather get the more cultivates. It's disrespectful, I'm aware, but I'm not afraid. We also just give +30. Yeah, the quick probably wouldn't be good. It's like, I guess it'd be interesting because I can maybe just do it all myself. Like, I can maybe just get all the cultivate value I need by hitting the Sentient myself here. Eh, she got one of the cultivates. That's okay. I will... so at this point, when it looks like this, I think it is smart to throw a Glimmer at it, because I'm losing one cultivate hit, but it's a cultivate hit that would have just hit the Sentient anyway, so it's like, it's kind of a waste. I guess I wouldn't have hit the Sentient anyway, actually. Because yeah, that's wrong. I could have done it. It doesn't matter, though. We're gonna cruise. We're cruising... nice lifesteal loser. We're cruising for a while. Actually, like, I really don't think that there's a spot that I can think of in this run right now where I'm worried. I'm excited to see it, but I cannot really envision a position that this seems bad in. I do want to acknowledge that I have disrespected Cultivate as a mechanic, like cultivating Sentient here. Up until this point, I did say I wasn't so certain about cultivating Sentient. I'm pretty certain now. Without the Echoes of the Past, the Echoes of the Past is obviously doing a lot. But without the Echoes of the Past, we would have, with Cultivate 2 on the Animus and the Cultivate from the Sentient, we would have like 90. 90 times 3 is not crazy, but it doesn't take much to get this to be ridiculous. It feels like. Because Cultivate, the big thing about it too is it's also survivability. Like, we can play wherever we want because we have crazy survivability. And Graft. Also with a +10. Really good. That's nice. Big fan. Oh, maybe I should have taken Dante so I could grab his cloak and then send him away. That might have been good. Of these 3 cards, I think that Return Soul is never a bad choice. Yeah. That's it. I live my life. Really, if there's one thing that I feel about this game, it is the constant awe that Return Soul exists. I feel like the developers, they do a pretty good job of trying to keep everything nice and balanced, and then there's also Return Soul. That card is bonkers. I'm happy to cut Fracture at this point. I don't want to cut them all, but I'll probably cut down to 1. Remember 25 hack shards at the temple? Another this is a crazy seed. 3 multi-strikes and 3 steel shops. You love to see it. The Value Stone Perch Stone is really, really good. I do think I want to go Value Stone Restore here. Oh, it doesn't matter, I guess. It's just make a card free. I was thinking Value Stone Restore in case I see a spell chain, but that cannot happen. I cannot see a spell chain. Put a Purge Stone on Fracture. I think Echo Snare is kind of starting to outlive its welcome in this run, but that's not Echo Snare's fault. Echo Snare would be a really good card if I didn't just have nothing worth playing, right? The deck is super thin. There's nothing that I need to do. And the reason that this deck is super thin is because half of our starting cards are really strong. They're like perfect cards for the deck. Infused, Restore, how lovely. Winding Shattering. Oh, this is Curse Arcus. Yeah. Okay. Like, I'd leave with 410 gold. Normally I would like to remove more, but I don't think removing any of my cards makes my deck better. Removing Restore is definitely wrong. We're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna sit bottom floor here. Do I Thing you? Nah. I'm gonna disrespect so much, so I think it is worth it to just get our scaling rolling. Yeah, Pyro's only taking us down to 6 draw. I think I do go for energy. Sorry, wrong heal there. Forgot who's who. Let me bring this back. I don't know about the... I think I want to take the 2 hits here, actually. And not play Glimmer. It's really greedy, though. I'd better not. I'm asking for disaster if I do something like that. I really, I'm asking for disaster there. Target. No, this is one of those situations where you can look at this deck and you can go, hey, this seems really strong. And it is really strong. And that's because we had a... This is like establish a plan early and commit is what I did here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw one... I'll throw 2 healing cards at the Sentient. Once we play... I know it looks kind of scary over here with this big boy Cliff Guardian staring me down menacingly, but we play this and it just runs the floor over, absolutely. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a hit to spare. I guess I'll do it like this, actually. I'll play the Echoes first so that I have 1 leftover charged Echo. 2 Echoes in that sentence. Play the Echoes first to have an Echo. That's Echoes of the past and charged Echo. I've been trying to be more cognizant of, and let me know how I've been doing. I've been trying to be more cognizant of being descriptive because especially as I've been asking questions related to this sort of thing lately, been finding that a lot of you listen to these videos and don't watch. Not something that I was particularly surprised to find out, but it did make me realize, hey, if you're just listening and I sit here and I comment, okay, we're gonna play this card. So here's how I envision myself commentating over this sometimes. Okay, so I'm gonna play this one, and then I think we'll play this card here. Then this one, yeah. We can throw out a Sting, and then, yeah, hold over this, and then that, right? That, if you're just listening, is meaningless. Absolute nonsense. So I've been trying to be more cognizant and try to explain what I'm doing on the turns. Like, you know, these turns don't really need a whole lot of explaining, so I'm not, because, hey, I missed him graft, what the hell. These turns don't require a lot of explaining, though, because I am just playing healing. And on this turn, I'm going to play all of these healing cards. But when there's actual decisions to make, I'm trying to just talk it out with the names of the cards, basically. Hopefully I've been doing okay at it. It's one of those things that I've just been trying to be more aware of, at least, that I'm making this mistake. Because I wasn't super aware of it. I didn't play Return Soul a single time in this combat, by the way. Here's the thing. Okay, so I'm going to remove Return Soul from this run, and I'm going to tell you why. Adaptive Mutation is interesting. What does it do? It lets us have really high health on Animus. Yeah, Adaptive Mutation is awful. It's like, it's good if I need a Relentless plan, but I think our Relentless plan is okay. I think on 4 energy, with the cost downs that I've been taking, I can actually play all of my spells pretty comfortably. So I'm happy to take another draw here, really. Shocking as it is, I'm gonna go triple draw with the help of the power of the sentient. How do you feel about going right and taking a duplicate on restore? That's free? You know, I was about, yeah. How do you feel about making another free restore? Well, what if instead of doing that, actually, it's not the worst idea because I can then go to this magic shop in the next ring right before Seraph. And basically, I'm thinking about it because it might be better to have one more restore than anything else, but I think it's better to make more cards free. But maybe I want to just have 1 or 2 more healing spells for the scaling. I will be honest with you, I don't think it matters too much. I'm gonna follow my instinct and go left. I will take Guild Marker because Drop Cage does nothing for us. Oh wow, it's Mark of an Exile. Oh wow, it's Vapor Funnel. Oh wow, it's Wing Steel. These are all really good. Mark of an Exile, I think, is the best because, you know, big health on Sentient is a win condition when you have a unit doing 800 damage or 1,000 damage. Plus, Cultivates go on to our unit more now. I think it's like just Snap Pick Mark of an Exile, but more draw could be fun. We'll go ahead and we'll just make more cards cost 0. Most of this deck will cost 0 at the end. I can hold over a card if I want to. I actually don't hate just holding over something with Infusion, but I don't really feel like I need hold over that much because our deck is so small. I'm gonna make it Engraft free. Throw a +10 at one of the free restores also. Do I want anything held over? No, I don't. So here's the thing, I'm gonna cut out an Echo Snare first, and then I will probably think about removing Return Soul. Why am I thinking about removing Return Soul? This is an important thing to mention to you here. Return Soul is really good, but this run is really strong, and I don't need the help from Return Soul. So playing Return Soul adds to the amount of brain power I have to expend on a given turn in order to... Yeah, it is really just... Playing Return Soul makes me have to think slightly more, and I don't want to do that. So I kind of want to try putting Fracture on the Sentient. She's going to take a little more damage for it, but it's an extra Cultivate, and if I play my cards right here, I just end, I don't end on Echoes, I end on one card before Echoes. And we'll get a lot of cultivating out of this. I'm going to do a lot of my cultivating by doing self-damage, it looks like. Let's grab this collector real quick. Yeah, we'll just consume everything. So if we end with Echoes and then a Restore, we'll be taking 2 per round. Taking 2 per round, I can play really, really liberally with the Sentient's health because she has 240 thanks to Mark of an Exile. So we scale really well. This is doing well. And I think that this would do well... Oh, I messed it up. I think that this would do well without... I'll play Return Soul here, sure. Put it on this thing. Even without the double multi-strike hits, I think that this would perform reasonably well still. And without, like, the Echoes. This is the part of the run where I talk to you... And I say all of these things that I think you could go without. What's going on here? Do you see this? Why is it not showing the Sentient gaining health? Is this just combat preview broken? Oh, no, it's because she doesn't gain any health. She heals for 10 and then takes 10 from this unit. Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. That checks out. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying... What was I saying? I feel like I've dropped so many thoughts in my head. Oh, no, this is the section in the run where I sit here and I try to tell you what this run could have done without and still won. But, like, what I realized is that it doesn't really matter. Like, we hit well and this run wins, and I think that you can generalize this to this run wins. And if you were to play this run, but like play this sort of strategy but with a different setup, you would still be able to win because you would see other things, right? The game has to show you an answer to make this work, I feel. It doesn't have to show you an answer to make this work, but like, you know, replace Echoes of the Past with Razor Sharp Edge, right, for example. I think that the game generally, not always, but generally I think the game provides an answer to the question you seek. Monstertrain seems to have an answer hidden somewhere in every run. And my Animus of Will, so I have put a lot of damage into the Sentient. My Animus of Will does, at the end of this combat, 1500 damage. That is a lot. We're drawing like the perfect number of cards. We're drawing 9 with a frozen card. Pretty good. Holy moly. Oh my god. I'm a disgusting high roller. Are you kidding me? An Unleash the Wildwood with an infusion and it costs 0? That's disgusting. I think that with that, there is absolutely no universe I can imagine losing this one. This one was crazy strong, too. I was worried. I did not respect the power level, but it's ridiculous. +1 per spikes, friendly is game +5, reap, or apply, when you apply echoes, apply reap to a random enemy twice. I'll take Mandibles. I think I'm taking Mandibles here because it's going to be hard to spend 1,000 gold with Guild Marker on this run. So I'm just going to take Mandibles and then reroll. Priory's Cloak. This is, if you were to ask me what is the worst relic in the game, I don't think I would say Priory's Cloak because I would forget it exists. That's how bad I feel Priory's Cloak is. I would not remember that it's in the game. It is just enough. It is enough front. Yeah, I'm going to be very over the top with my removals here. This deck is going to just be cards that say restore health on them. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm going to purge the Return Soul because Return Soul is bad in this deck because I don't have cards that it can exhaust. I'm getting rid of Sting, I'm getting rid of everything. Stings are gone. So this deck is 17 cards at the end. We have the Sentient and this Animus of Will. We have Holdover, Echo Infusion, and Echoes of the Past. We have this one Echo Snare that dodged the chopping block, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 healing cards, I believe. 4, 7, 8... Yeah, 9 healing cards. This looks like if you were to show me this deck and ask me what the game plan was, I would definitely tell you this was Machine Gun Sentient. But it isn't. It's something, it is very not. I wonder if... No, Trace Seraph does not clear debuffs on your units. I know that because I've hoped for it before. Doesn't work. Oh, I removed my source of... My one fracture source. Come on, me. I can't put two... I can't put 2 Reap onto my Sentient now. What am I gonna do? Lucky. Oh, that works that way? Yeah. I guess it always has. I actually thought they changed that. So, I'll illustrate this again in case you missed it there. I will illustrate that interaction. I always thought that one was weird, but I thought they got rid of it. Maybe they did and I'm out of my mind. So, if you play Restoration Detonation, this is a really interesting interaction. If you play Restoration Detonation on a unit with Cultivate, and that unit gains max HP from Cultivate, the Restoration Detonation reflects the amount of HP they gain. So you can watch, when I play Restoration Detonation on this unit and it goes from 42 max HP to 44, Restoration Detonation says, okay, we healed 2 health, do 10 damage to the front enemy. It's super strange, but, you know, kind of cool. Oh, I can play that in the other order now because I don't have Reap on the Sentient. no enemy got through. I think just sheer numbers they could sneak one by, but I would say it's unlikely. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to disrespect and not play Glimmer. Like, I would, in a different circumstance here, I would play Glimmer, but I'll put it down here, how's that? I don't need to play Glimmer because I have the Unleash the Wild Wood. I can max Greed for big stats. Maybe it matters, maybe it doesn't. I don't think it does, but I don't know. It's fun to max Greed for big stats. Who doesn't like big stats? Raise your hand if you don't like big stats. Notice how no one's raising their hand? You may be raising your hand, but I can't see it, so I have to assume that you're not. Sarah, stop clearing out the reap that I got. Come on, dude. You think I took the serrated mandibles for fun? I didn't actually look there, but did it work in a way where... Why is she at 298? What the hell? Oh, because of the Echo Infusion, she's been gaining max HP, of course. I didn't look there. I should have looked. I would like to have seen if when you play... I guess it doesn't matter ever, but when you play a full heal to the whole floor, which unit got the Cultivate on that turn, basically, is the question. I think that it went to the Animus of Will, but I don't know. I could probably stop playing cards. So, I think I'm gonna... You know what? I've earned it. I've done enough card playing here. I guess other things that I should mention that I have not mentioned lately, but would like to say... I'm gonna just press enter 3 times now. But I am behind on reading YouTube comments, and I would like to apologize. Or not reading, sorry, replying to them. There was a period of time, I've talked about it, there was a period of time where I was able to reply to every YouTube comment that was ever given to me. And I could now, also, but it's a big time commitment. Not like a massive time commitment, but it's like 30 to 45 minutes out of my day. And I just kind of don't have the energy for it lately. So I've been replying to like 1 or 2 on videos where I can. I hope that you don't take offense if I don't pick your comment to reply to, but you know, it's been a pretty stressful time the last few weeks. Just not like stressful in a bad way necessarily. It's just been general stress, if that makes sense. My favorite historical figure, general stress. No, it's been like a vacation, and vacation was fun, but it was also stressful because of course it was doing something that's out of the normal for me. And then the sponsored stream, same thing, and then just school has been ramping up in the last few weeks. But, you know, to a close with the mental wellness break coming up. Looking forward to it. And maybe it doesn't, I'm not really sure. I don't know how much I can really trust them to give me a mental wellness break. I super disrespected this wave. It didn't matter, but I disrespected by not throwing the Piercing Glimmer to catch these 2 clergymen. Was this run a flawless, by the way? Did I take any damage on this run? I'm not sure. I don't care about these guys gaining 6 incant or whatever per round. It doesn't matter. There's no universe where... I think that... so I'll give you a little bit of a hint for co-op later today, because Cranberry and I, we already did co-op, and in co-op we... I was posing the question of how much damage... Interesting that both runs today have this question. But my question was, how much health do you want to have a unit to have if they're going to be tanking rounds? And the answer that I came upon is around 150, I think. 150 is the number for health, where if a unit has 150 health, it is going to live. Like, as long as you're healing it every round, it's gonna live. Below that, you are in a little bit of a danger zone where certain waves can catch you. Specifically the next wave of this fight, if it's... what is it? The multi-strike wave. That wave can catch you. So... That's the baseline. You'll see that a little more in depth happen in co-op later today. It's a good episode, by the way, if you're wondering. Co-op, I would be on the real with you if co-op were good or bad. Co-op today is good, but that is, my unit here has 300 health. I am disrespecting the Divinity very much. I'm maxing out and disregarding all the damage that it puts out. But it does not matter because it takes about 4 turns for a Divinity wave to knock out Cultivating Sentient here. Or I guess just for the Divinity to knock out Cultivating Sentient. You can kind of do the math yourself, but I guess this wave does a lot. How much does this wave do? I'm trying to catalog the waves in my mind. This does, assuming you kill the whole wave, this does 40, 50, 65, 60, 73, 72. 72 is a lot. Generally speaking, you can probably get away with around 120 in terms of unit health, but 150 is very safe. I think that the highest damage output wave in the game that you can see is the multi-strike wave that can spawn on this fight. Because it gives multi-strike to the Divinity, you end up looking at a very, very high damage number from that wave. And the multi-strike unit ends up with stealth as well. I'm gonna go ahead, we'll play this out to its full potential because I'd like to see the biggest number we can see. I promised you a big number, I'm gonna give you a big number. I think we get to 2,500 damage per round out of Animus. Just barely. Like, just barely do we get there. But we do get to a baseline attack on this Animus of 512 times 5 through this cultivating plan. So, I would like to say, pretty confidently, this is a resounding success. I think that this is a really strong plan. Putting Awoken Hollow Infusion on Animus of Will and sticking that behind the Sentient seems really good. Because your big problems with Animus of Will is you need to scale her attack, but you also need to make sure that she doesn't die. And Cultivating Infusion does both really well. I think that this run would be worse if we weren't playing specifically Cultivating Sentient with it, because Cultivating Sentient has more health. So you can play a little more loose with her health bar. However, I think that Awoken Hollow Animus is going to get a very big thumbs up from me. It seems really strong. The problems that it has are going to relate entirely to Exile Awoken. I don't think you play this with Wendleton because Wendleton is too fragile. And also you don't have Restore. But if you have default Awoken in your run, I think you can do this and it's going to be a pretty consistent game plan. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's going to be a pretty consistent game plan. I think that was really good. Really, really good. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one, and have a good one. Goodbye.